from that file, that don't share config that I mentioned up there, then XP, and let's get our secret in there. So now we have the key and the secret, we have the connection, so that's something we'll need. Let's get the symbols. Let's just use the symbols I used for one of my last videos. Now we can start working on the functions. So the first function we're gonna need is, we're gonna definitely need an ask and a bid function. So let's go ahead and pop that ask and bid in here. And essentially what this is gonna do, if I go ahead and print it out, let's do ask bid. And let's make sure there's a print. This is gonna show me the latest ask price and the bid price for this symbol. So let's print it out and see if it were connected and it works and all that good stuff. By the way, if you want short, concise videos and exactly how to become an algo trader, I set up a boot camp where I show you detailed step-by-step how to go from where you're at now, whether you're pretty good at coding, you don't know any code, or you're a genius. There's a lot of nuances that are much different in algo trading, and I set up a boot camp that will show you step-by-step exactly how to do all of this and remove all emotion from your trading. So there's a link for that somewhere below. If you're enjoying this content, go ahead and smash the like too. So ask and bid, it prints out the ask because that's all we asked it to print out, but I could also have it print out the bid here. I'm not gonna do that. You can see that it sets these two variables and it returns them. So I always need the ask and bid in my code, so I'm gonna keep that there. And I can pass in a symbol here too if I wanted to. So I could say something like ask, bid, and then put in another symbol like, let's try BTC. And we should get the ask for BTC. I should change this to symbol. And that will even be better. So you can see the ask for BTC is 30,300. Here it is, 30,300. Okay, so this is obviously crucial for your code because you're always making buys and sells based off the ask and bid. Now we want to get the SMA. So how do we get the SMA? Well, I have some code here that we'll go ahead and just pop in here. So you can see the SMA is daily SMA. It will be the 4-hour time frame and number of bars. Then I say, get the open, high, low, close. I get the data frame. I go ahead and make the rolling SMA. And then I go ahead and get the ask bid. And then I go ahead and see if it's a buy or a sell signal. So we don't necessarily need this, but I use it a lot. If it's above the SMA, the price, then it's a buy signal. If it's below, it's a sell signal. And then we print the DF. So let's go ahead and see if this works. And then we can make some customizations, try to pass some information in there maybe. Let's go ahead and paste that in and see what happens, see what it prints. It should print out a data frame. There we go. You can see the data frame it prints out. So this is definitely something we need. We need the open, the high, the low, the close, the volume, the SMA 20, and the signal. So let's go ahead and try some things out here. I want to be able to pass in the time frame. So let's go ahead and say symbol equals symbol. And let's see if we can pass in a different symbol here now. UBTC USD. So you're seeing pretty much all my functions. So if you're enjoying this transparency, go ahead and hit the like button because these are all of my functions. You can see the SMA 20 is not 29,843. The signal is sell. The high right now, the low, the close. The signal is wrong here because I didn't pass in the new. Well, it's not wrong necessarily. It's going off of the rules that I set up here, but we definitely need all of this information. So I need to pass in the rest of the information needed. So let's go ahead and say time frame equals time frame. And this will allow me to change up the time frame. Let's go ahead and put these time frames here. Let's go ahead and put them up here. For DF. And then we can say time frame equals time frame. And if I wanted a different time frame, like the 15-minute, I could say something like 15-minute. Let's see if that works. See, it should change it to the 15-minute time frame. And in fact, it does. You can see it changed it to the 15-minute time frame. So now we can go ahead and change things however we like. And then the ask and the bid, how could we go ahead and do that? Because this actually goes off of this ask and bid. So let me know in the comments section below if you can figure this out really quickly. I'll give you a second, but essentially this pulls the ask and bid here, and that ask and bid is pulling this ask and bid, but this ask and bid we're pushing in a symbol. We're sending in a symbol, right? So the original symbol is symbol, which is ape, but down here we're saying, hey, we want the daily SMA with BTC. So how do we get this to go into this ask and bid and then into this ask and bid so it does everything correctly? So go ahead and comment in the section, the comments. Let me know if you know. I know, I think. I'm just gonna type in symbol here and let's see what happens. So now we're passing in the symbol, we're passing in the 15 minutes. Yep, and there we got the ask. This is the ask. And this is the 15-minute. So that looks like it's doing well. So let's go ahead and keep on moving. So essentially,